Hello everyone, welcome to ICMP! Love the energy, love that, thank you. And specifically welcome to this amazing venue. It's just fallen down. The Islington Assembly Hall, hopefully, over your years' time here at ICMP, some of you will be performing on the stage to your own fan base's own crowd. So just a quick one, I'm James Brister, I'm the Industry Liaison Manager here at ICMP, and hopefully, over the years, your time here, I'll get to meet every one of you, if you so wish. But more about that later. We are a music school, so we are going to kick off with some music, but just before we do, this day, today, is just about giving you some advice and support on how to maximise what you get from your time at ICMP. A drive, a proactivity, and a real open yes mindset. But that's enough for now. That comes more later. Now, I'd like to introduce this band. They are some chaps from Ireland. I've been told they're attractive 9 out of 10s, which is a good start for a band. They've got a gig at Water Rats on the 5th of November. If you like what you hear, check them out on Instagram. Please give it up for Hawk the Band!
Thanks for that, James. Yeah, so we're Hawk the Band. This song is called Molly. We wrote this about one night we were playing in a venue quite similar to this, and at the back of the room, Owen here caught the eye of some lovely lady, and went up to her afterwards, started chatting, and ended up going back to a hotel and had the best night of his life, as he says. Yeah, then the next morning, unfortunately, she ditched him and he hasn't heard from her since. So we wrote this song, it's called Molly. That's not our actual name, but for the sake of this one, this is Molly. In the back of a smoke-filled room in a bar, standing there with our face lighting up in the dark. Skip the encore and introduce himself. Keeps ringing and ringing through his head. So that's what he did. For the sake of the story, let's give her a name like Molly. It's confidential and I'm sorry. We gotta give her a name like Molly. Oh, now Molly, look at what you've done. You show me things I never even done. Like Cadillac shoes and all across the room. 50 shades of everything I love. In the back of a car, Molly's hands on his lap is the hotel bar. Neon city with lights that flash so red, complimenting the lips that knock him dead. But the taxi man says, for the sake of the story, let's give her a name like Molly. It's confidential and I'm sorry. We gotta give her a name like Molly. Oh, now Molly, look at what you've done. You show me things I never even done. Cadillac shooters and all across the room. 50 shades of everything I love. Oh, you. Why do you do this to me? Why do you do only you? Oh, you. Why do you do this to me? Why do you do? Oh, now Molly, look at what you've done. You show me things I never even done. Thank you. Cheers. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Let's keep it going for Hawk the Band. They've got something called social media up there. Media, social, follow them. Remember, the 5th of November is their next gig. Thank you, guys. So we're going to hear from a very important man right now. Without him, there would be no ICMP. He's the Chief Executive and at the helm of ICMP. Please welcome Mr. Paul Kirkham.
Hello. Right, let's see if all this works. Welcome, everybody. My name's Paul Kirkham. I'm Chief Executive here at, can you all hear me all right? Is that picking it up? Okay. Lassa, thank you so much. What a great technical team. See, I could hear myself perfectly on the monitors. I assumed you could hear me as well. My name's Paul. I'm Chief Executive here at the ICMP, so the buck very much stops with me. And I just want to say welcome to everybody, and thank you all very much for coming. Now, I was actually a graduate of this institution. I dread to think, I really don't want to say how long ago it was. It was a very long time ago. It was about 20 years. And I did what was then the higher diploma. So I kind of have ICMP in my blood, because I was a student like you, albeit a very long time ago. And although an awful lot has changed in the years subsequent, the essence of who we are hasn't. And we go back way beyond even the time that I started. And it's really here, it's about a love for music, and a love for creativity, and a love for all of those things that make what we do, what you do, what everybody else does so special and so important. Yes, we're bigger. Yes, we have now our own degree awarding powers, which is something we're very proud of. So from this year, you'll be starting on an ICMP degree, which is an achievement we're very proud of, but at the same time, we're very, very aware of the responsibility that that brings to ensure that your experience and your qualifications have value and mean something to you, not just now, not just in 3 years, but forever, a long way down the road. But as I said, the essence of who we are hasn't changed. We are still like that little small guitar school that I joined all those years ago. The thing I always say at these introductory talks is you should all be very, very proud of the choices that you're making. Music is so important. It's so important to us culturally, spiritually, economically, and by choosing to make careers in music or the associated creative aspects of the industry, you're doing something which is very special and something which is very important. And even now, as we have these great occasions and things that are happening outside there in the wider world, there is always music, and human beings always relate to music. So it's a very noble choice that you're making, so well done. And it's our responsibility to make sure that you achieve what it was that you want to achieve. Our vision is not about ICMP, it's not about the institution, it's not even about our staff. Our vision is about you, our graduates, shaping the future, changing the future, creating music, changing the world in which we live. Whether that's through teaching in a small school, in a local village, or whether that's through playing on some of the biggest, finest stages in the world, it doesn't matter. Our vision is one of success, fulfillment, and great reward for all of you. And it's our job, really, to help you achieve that. We're here to try to inspire you, to encourage you, to give you the tools, the knowledge, the experience, the understanding in order to achieve those goals. While you're here, however long you're here for, you're going to experience a whole range of different things. You're going to experience amazing facilities. You're going to experience some of the best teaching staff, tutors, practitioners, academics you will find anywhere in the world, quite frankly. You will have opportunity with your peers, with other people in your classes and in your years and across different courses to build your networks, to learn and to grow and develop and to mature. It's a huge opportunity. And I just encourage you all to have a look every day at what opportunities are around you and how to take advantage of them. Our job is to provide those opportunities and to support you through them, but you have to take them. So make sure you attend your classes. Don't be tempted not to, maybe occasionally. And the final thing I will say before I finish, and you don't have to listen to any more boring speeches, is we are here to help. We are here to listen. We are here to support you. You may have personal problems, financial problems. You may need all sorts of guidance. We are here all the time. There are a multitude of ways that you can make contact with us, not just through the classroom. We have lots of different teams and individuals who are dedicated to making your experience as much as possible and to support you. So never forget that. Never forget we're here to help. And never be afraid to ask. It doesn't matter what the question is, never be afraid to ask. And that support does not just finish the day you finish your course. Once you become an ICMP graduate, you're still part of ICMP. You're still part of who we are, still part of our family. So you'll always be welcome. You'll always have opportunities to engage, whether it's with James and his career services and all those sorts of things. There'll still be opportunities arising. So this goes well beyond whatever your ultimate graduation date is. Thank you. Thank you for choosing to come to study and to learn with us. We take that responsibility very seriously, and we will do our best to help you to achieve your goals and your dreams and to make, produce, distribute, create more music, because the world needs music now more than ever. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Paul. His words get wiser every year. Next to the stage, if Paul leads the business and the strategy and the growth in that nature and supporting you with the administrative staff, the next speaker is about championing and driving your education and your academic time at ICMP. Please be welcoming to the stage your Dean, Professor Tony Harris.
Good afternoon, everybody. What a nice welcome. Now, first thing I want to say is to echo Paul in thanking you for choosing ICMP. There are other inferior providers of music education out there, and we're very pleased that you chose this one. You won't regret it. You have made the right decision. And then the other thing I want to say is just a note of reassurance. Across the room today, we've got people from different journeys coming into ICMP. I know a good number of you have come either straight from school or college or not so far from school and college. Some of you may have been out of education for a little while. Some of you may have been out of education for quite a long time. And I know, for instance, students on our master's programs are often already in industry, or we might sometimes have career changers joining ICMP who've had successful careers in other sectors. So there's a real range of backgrounds and experience in the room today. And it can be quite daunting, it can be quite intimidating, hopefully it's very exciting, but I just want to reassure everybody that while this is the first time for you here at ICMP, we've been doing it a very long time. We know what we're doing, we have the structures and the skills in place, we know the challenges that you are likely to face, and we've got everything in place to help you through your programs. So, you know, it'll be fine, don't worry, it will all make sense. Higher education should be transformational, and at its best, it is. You should leave your programs in some way fundamentally different from how you were when you started them. You will change. There will be new ideas, new skills, new ways of thinking. I know many of you in the room are still in your 20s, some of you approaching your 20s. You know, the human brain doesn't become fully fledged until about the age of 25, 26. Now, I know you're not kids, but you are still, many of you, still in quite an interesting sort of stage of development. That's really exciting. You can change. Not like me. This is it. This is as good as it's going to get for me. I will stay like this until I die. For many of you in the room, you have the great opportunity here to change, to reform, to become you. And higher education can do that. However, and here's the first cliche of the day, there will be many. You only get out of it what you put in. I mean, you will hear everyone say this about higher education, but it really is true. It's probably possible to sort of coast through your degree, to turn up, to hand stuff in, to scrape a grade, You could probably come out with a degree by taking that attitude, but that isn't going to give you what you need for a lifelong success in your chosen career. So the real message of today is about how you can immerse yourself in what ICMP has to offer. And what you will see as we work through the presentations today, that your program, your chosen course of study, really is just one part of what we offer at ICMP. And my message to you is immerse yourself. So many people I know who went to university will talk about how they regret not making more of the time that they had when they were at university. Even myself, and I was a pretty good student, but I still think back and think, oh, there's so much more I could have done during the 3 years I had there. So please make the most of the opportunity that you've got. So how are we going to help you in terms of immersing yourself in what ICMP offers? First of all, our fabulous tutor team. We have some program leaders and some tutors in the room today. Give us a shout. I can't see you, don't know where you are, but give us a shout. There they are, at the back. You'll be meeting these people over the course of the week. Our tutor team is ICMP's greatest asset, and they're going to play a significant role in your experience here. But it's not just about the tutors. It's all the other support people we've got across the institution. It's our program administration, our disability and wellbeing services. It's Ollie and James in the hub. Please engage with all of these services because they are there. They have been designed to support you. We're also a listening institution. We do like to gather student feedback. We do listen to what you say, and we do build our programs and our provision based on what the students are telling us. You'll learn quite soon that we do like a survey at ICMP, and please do fill them in when we ask you questions about your experience, because we use that information to tweak and constantly improve our programs. We're very responsive to what the students want. And the last thing I'd flag, and I'm hoping you're starting to get a sense of this today, is the strong sense of community at ICMP that is going to be such a special experience for you over these next few years. Interestingly, one of my old university friends was on The Voice on Saturday nights, and when I was looking through all the comments on her Facebook page, almost every other comment of encouragement and congratulations was from a former university friend, and this is from like 25 years ago. So you don't know this yet, but the people that are sitting in this room with you today will become your friends, and not just for the duration of your study, but they'll be with you throughout your life and throughout your careers. That's a really important part of what coming to university is all about. Okay, but there's a quid pro quo. That's Latin, by the way. Listen and learn. And there's a quid pro quo. There's a deal to be made here. That's what we offer you. This is what you need to promise me. Number one, check your emails, please. If you achieve nothing today, make sure that you've got the Outlook app on your phone and you're checking your emails every day. That's how you will know what is going on. Number two, turn up. Turn up to every class. Turn up to every tutorial. It sounds obvious, but it's very easy not to turn up one day. It's very easy for that to become a bit of a pattern. And we have known students in the past who spiral, perfectly able students who spiral and end up not achieving their dreams and their goals. And that's really sad. It's a waste of time and money. So please don't become one of those students. Turn up to everything you possibly can. And lastly, ask for help when you need it. That is literally our jobs, to support you in navigating your way through your programs. But if you don't come to us and ask the right questions and engage in the dialogue, we don't always know what help you need. So please keep that dialogue open. And if you do those three things, check your emails, turn up and ask, I guarantee you will be a successful student. Enjoy your time at ICMP. It's a very special time. It's going to be a fantastic time. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you, Tony. Equally wise words. So on that theme, Tony mentioned about being proactive and getting involved. I just want to touch on that advice I mentioned at the beginning about how to maximize your time. Of course, I'm sure you're here for your course and the academic rigor and the challenge and all those things that you'll enjoy in the classroom, and they'll get the grey matter going. But how you maximize your time here is by all the extracurricular stuff. It's by the opportunities that are presented to you that you choose to say yes to. Now, it requires accountability, oh, scary, and responsibility on your part. You have the power to check your email, as Tony said. You have the power to connect with people, as Tony mentioned. And you have the power to build those relationships that lead to incremental growth and success. So it's really, really important that you're not just in the classroom doing your studies. Of course, that's important. But you're looking to expand on your time here at ICMP. It's about being proactive. It's about being open in your mindset, for sure. And it's about communication. It really is. I think it's an interesting example of this is Gabby King. So Gabby studied the Beamers. Anyone studying the BMUs here? Any drummers? Oh, let's have a bit more drummers. Come on, you make noise. Any drummers? That's better. Here we go. A bit of energy. So Gabby, a fantastic drummer on the Beamers. She responded to an opportunity that came through the Hub. That's the Careers and Industry Hub, which was Q Prime, big management company, wanted to find a drummer for their new artist, Declan McKenna. Gabby came uber prepared, nailed the audition, said hello to everyone. They really liked her as a person, not just as a drummer. And she's been playing for 8 years with Declan now and doing all those things you can probably read on that slide. But importantly, she's not just his live drummer. She now records on the albums that he makes as well. So again, that example of saying yes, of being proactive, and of wanting to succeed. And that threads through into other opportunities. So your tutors, yes, they're amazing teachers, but more importantly, I think, in my context, is that they're active working professionals in the industry. And testament to this is we've had many students this year work and play at lots of festivals. And many of those opportunities have come through our tutors, particularly if students are showing willing and showing that they're wanting to expand their horizon and try and get some work and internships and all those sorts of things. If you are building strong professional relationships with your tutors, it's another means of attracting and building opportunities and ultimately adding to whatever definition of your success is. That's what we're here for. Another example is Eve Norman. There is an example called Eve Norman. There she goes. So Eve, again, through her tutors, she was very impressive as a student, but equally very impressive and connected and connecting as an individual, wanting to push her career. So through her tutor, Jamie Johnston, she got put forward for an internship with Mute Records. And now she's working there full time and doing a very good job of it too. Again, open mindset, communicated well, and said yes to a lot of opportunities. She had that drive. Not that we wish to labour any points here at ICMP. Email. Oh, that little rumble. I love that little rumble. We send a lot of emails. We streamline them, but you will get a lot of emails. We're preparing you for a professional world. You'll get more emails when you move into the world of work and pursuing your musicianship as a freelance, or your artist career, or your writer-producer career, whatever it might be, your producer career. You will get a lot of emails. Now, the surefire way to miss out on opportunities is to not organise your emails, not read them, and not respond. I can even show you. Look at that slide. It's as if you can manage your emails. That's the sort of thing that comes through. You can color code them. You can set up different folders. But please, please check them. And it's back to that accountability and responsibility. If you say, oh, I didn't hear about that opportunity. One reason, you haven't checked your emails. Two reasons, there are countless screens and notice boards around ICMP on both campuses. So again, make sure you're aware of where they are and take note and see what opportunities are coming up on there. But again, first and foremost, email, email, email. I know it's a thrilling subject, but it's really, really important. That is where we will engage with you. And as Tony mentioned, he didn't mention Barney Lister. Let's go back. Barney's a great example of email. He connected via email to every opportunity that came through. So Barney was on our creative musicianship degree, and he was a writer-producer and pursuing that direction of his creative output. Now, we in the Hub run loads of A&R one-to-ones with labels, managers, publishers, radio presenters, PR companies, whatever it might be. And Barney was always first to reply to his email. And it's through the one-to-ones with the Hub and ultimately a one-to-one with Universal Music Publishing that he signed a fantastic publishing deal and is now making some great music with some great artists, and he's really championing and pushing forward his career. But it comes back to this every time, and I don't want to bore you, but I really want to hammer it home, like proactivity, drive, open mindset, and checking stuff. Emails, really important. This is what Tony was referring to. In this room right now, you are networked. You're not connected. You probably don't have relationships, but you're networked. So over your time at ICMP, it's important to think about changing that network into connections, and ultimately those connections building relationships. It's relationships that become fruitful and that help you prosper and build the career you want. So, again, it's just that point of really being aware of how to maximize your time. You're going to be in class with your classmates, that's great, but there is literally a whole world, even within the bounds of ICMP, of writers, of producers, of guitarists, bassists, drummers, songwriters, music business students, a whole array. It's like a mini industry within the walls of one organization, one community. So really, even if you find it a bit challenging, try to just put yourself out there, because I promise you this, everybody's probably feeling the same. If you're a little bit kind of not concerned at reaching out, don't be. Because you'll probably connect with someone and they think, oh, thank goodness they spoke to me. And you're off and you're running. So really maximize that time of connecting. And just on that note, we've also got the digital virtual version of that connection. We've got icmplife.com. Really dig deep into getting involved there. There's lots of collaborative, creative opportunities on there. And there's groups. So if you might be an artist looking for a producer, any producers in the room? Yeah, there we go. Any artists in the room? Oh, there's some people to get to know. So again, you could do that in person, of course, but you've also got icmplife.com. That's another place to connect. In fact, you'll love this. Everybody stand up. Come on, stand up. Stand up, stand up, stand up. I know, I'm getting you to move and be active. Let's just spend a quick minute. Turn to the left and say hello to the person next to you. Find out what they do. Yeah, come on. And now politely turn to the right and do the same thing. Hi, Lassa. Nice to meet you. You're all right. And there might be someone behind you. Just last one. Behind you. Is there anyone behind you can say hello to? Lovely stuff. Well done, team. Thank you. Well done, family. Okay, you can sit down again now. Beautiful. That wasn't hard. Was that hard? It was all right, right? It's not too scary. Good fun. Anyway, so we got a little taster session, a little kind of tease of what we carry on out throughout the year. We bring in lots of industry guests, as aforementioned, from record labels, publishers, from artists, from musicians. And we've got a little flavour of that now. So I'd like to welcome to the stage a long-term tutor. She's a fantastic tutor, fantastic musician, and she teaches on the master's programme. And an amazing artist who's definitely in the ascendancy, playing great shows, releasing amazing music. Please welcome Anjali Perrin-Paraja and Grace Carter.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
This is the wonderful Grace Carter. And I feel very privileged that we are here sitting
Stop
quite
it.
comfortably. We're like, where's the champagne? Yeah, we're just very happy to have Grace here. Welcome, everyone. I know this is a really big day for everyone that's stepping in and starting their journey with ICMP, and we just wanted to have someone mega inspiring here, really, to...
I don't know about that, but
yes.
I'll try. I'll
Yes.
try and inspire you.
Humble and mega inspiring. So I'm going to kick off with a few questions, and I hope it's going to be just wonderful for everyone.
I did not think there was going to be this many people. So this is a lot. This is interesting. Happy to be here.
So, Grace, I'm going to kick off really and let you kind of tell us a bit more about your story so far, if you can.
Okay, so my name's Grace Carter. If you don't know who I am, I totally understand. I am a singer-songwriter. I started singing when I was little, and it was really rubbish. And I started songwriting when I was 12. I grew up with a slightly testing dynamic in my household. I grew up with a single parent and without my dad, and therefore I was quite angry and frustrated and didn't really understand why I was in the situation I was in. So I picked up a guitar, started songwriting. That was my outlet because I didn't have any other way to get it out of my system. And then I did that for a few years. When I got to 15, I was like really not academic, and it was the question of like college, sixth form. And I wouldn't have got to sixth form, to be honest with you. So I was like, I'm going to do music. Went to music college for a couple of years, and in that time, I got signed as a songwriter to Sony ATV Publishing, which was very cool. Obviously, I was still very young, so it was cool to have someone be like, you can actually write songs. Although, don't seek that validation, guys. And yeah, so that's where it all kind of started for me. I released my first song in 2017. Independently with AWOL, and that was an amazing experience where, I don't know, I just had so much control of like, all my music was so personal, and then I was in a situation where I was about to release it to the world, and I had so much control of the message and what I wanted to say and what I wanted to share. And that's where it started, and then kind of from there, I went on tour with loads of people. Obviously, there's more to it. It's not just like an overnight situation, but the first tour I went on was with Dua Lipa, who is amazing and became like a very much someone that almost mentored me in ways. Haim, Rag & Bone Man, Lewis Capaldi, Dermot Kennedy, and that's kind of a lot of my development as an artist has been on the road touring. So I started touring in 2017 and I didn't stop until COVID. And that was pretty bleak. But yeah, so that's kind of the journey, and obviously there's songs that have come out in that time. I've released 14 songs in my career, which isn't very many, but they've all been received quite nicely, and it's, yeah. If you have any specific questions.
I think it's so inspiring, like you're just like telling everyone about that, and everyone's just like, oh my God, you've been productive.
There's a lot to it. There's a lot to it, so it's like hard to summarize everything in.
No, but it's great, and it's just, you know, you mention all those names, so I was going to ask you, like, who inspires you? I mean, obviously, like you said, there was some kind of mentoring elements to those people taking you under your wing and giving you those opportunities and that platform, but I suppose, you know, also growing up and getting into music, like, who were the kind of, like, leading lights for you that really inspired you on this journey?
I think for me, being a woman of color and being mixed race, and I grew up with just the white side of my family, I didn't have any connection or contact with my Jamaican side. I really looked to artists that looked like me, I guess, because I just kind of, I had a lot of pain in my heart. And I kind of needed to, it was amazing to be able to see someone that I could physically and relate to that was doing what I wanted to do. So Alicia Keys was a massive one for me. Lauryn Hill, the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill was like the album that I grew up listening to in the car, like all the time. Me and my mom would just sing it at the top of our lungs. And then later on, I got really into Leanne La Havas at one point when I was about 13, 14, because I saw her on Jules Holland and she was playing her guitar, and I just remember she had her hair curly, and at that point I was like straightening my hair every day and just kind of like trying to conform to what I thought I had to look like being from Brighton. And that was someone that I looked at and just saw that she was being so honest with her writing, and she wasn't scared of her emotions. And that's the same with Alicia Keys. I feel like I really gravitated towards women, especially women of color, who weren't afraid to say how they were feeling. And it was like a superpower almost, rather than being a victim. It was about like, okay, this is my situation, this is what I'm experiencing, and this is how I'm going to grow from it.
Yeah, because in your, obviously, Why Her Not Me, for example, but even Dark Matter, there's, in some of the songs, like, you're very open and kind of autobiographical about it. And we know, as a songwriting tutor and a songwriter myself, I know how cathartic that can be to write about those experiences, but it's still really hard sometimes.
Yeah, I think there's a level of naivety. Yeah, to be honest with you, because I think those songs, especially the first project, or the first and only project I've ever done, I wrote those songs when I was 16 years old, when I didn't have anyone looking at me, I wasn't signed, I didn't have any pressure, and I was just kind of going into rooms with people being like, this is my situation, this is what I'm feeling, I want to write about it. Not thinking about the fact that maybe in 3 years' time, everyone would know what the songs were about and it would be a talking point. So yeah, Why Her Not Me is probably the most, I mean, I've written songs that I really love, but I think for me that was like the most formative in terms of, it was a situation that was very, very hard. I found out that I was a secret from the whole one side of my family, and I wrote it the day that I found that out, and it was like my own private kind of emotional journey. And then in 2018, I think it was, it then came out, and then it obviously brings it all up again. And I think that's been a massive thing in my career, is a lot of my music is like brutally honest and very true to what I'm experiencing. And so you kind of, when it goes out to the world and everyone's asking questions, it's you have to really protect yourself.
There is a real place, I think, now more than ever we hear about it, a kind of a way of balancing vulnerability with resilience. And I think for songwriting, that's a huge thing, and I think it's really inspiring for people to see that you can bring forth things. But it's very hard to then kind of work that alongside marketing and being a face in the industry. So, you know, for you, how did you make that work? You know, once you brought forth that kind of such bare emotion into a much bigger kind of public space, like, what did you learn from that, and how did it kind of work for you? How did it make you feel? Like,
I think from on a human level, you kind of take out the industry side of the pressure and the marketing and the you are a brand, you are a commodity. You take that away and you just look at the people in front of you. And I think that song for me, when I released it, was very painful. Very painful. It was very hard. Obviously, it's not just my experience, it's my whole family's experience. But it was the people that were reaching out, to be honest with you. It was just that realization that I think everyone was like, thank you so much, like I needed this. But actually what they didn't realize is that I needed that too. Like we're all human beings, you know, we're all writing about our lives and what we feel. And then when you kind of, it's not about validation, but when you meet someone else that's kind of had a similar story, it just reminds you that you're not alone in those emotions and those feelings. And I think what people don't realize when they listen to music a lot of the time is that it's a two-way street.
Yeah, like, I love that. It works both ways.
Yeah, it works both ways. Just kind of, I've taken the time to sit down at my piano and write this song, but then as soon as it's out in the world, it's everybody else's, and we can connect over that thing, whatever it is.
It's like the song itself goes on a journey and takes you with it and brings other people
and it changes as well. That's the amazing thing about songwriting, is that song for me started about my dad and his wife and his kids, and then for me now it's like I'm 25 and I look at my life now and there's parts of that song that I relate to in my life. Like, why her, not me? Like, why are you picking her over me? Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's not just a linear, it's not one, it can touch on so many different things. And I think that's also the power of songwriting, where you can have a specific thing you're writing about, but it can be written in a broad way where multiple people, lots of people can
relate,
put their own spin on it.
Yeah. And how does that change for you now? Like, what you're writing now, like in terms of going on that journey? What's your songwriting process like now? Has it changed in terms of just how you approach your songs with all that knowledge you've amassed over the last few years?
Yeah, I think I protect myself a little bit more now.
Right.
I think
because you're more visible now.
Yeah, and I pride myself on honesty, but I think there's some things people don't need to know. And so I kind of, it's hard. Like, you can't overthink songwriting. I think that's a massive thing, is you just have to go in and be free with it. But my writing, the way I write has definitely changed. I think originally when I started songwriting, it was all on piano. It was all kind of ballads and quite sad. So if you're not a sad person, you probably won't vibe with it. But
you will vibe with it. You will vibe with it.
But there's also, it's light at the end of the tunnel vibes. But yeah, I started on piano, just kind of any time a producer or whoever I was working with in the moment was like bringing drums into a session or doing, I was just like, turn them off. Whereas now I think I've toured a lot and performing live, and performing an hour of ballads is like an interesting thing. And it's beautiful because you're kind of singing and everyone's very quiet and you're seeing people cry, but also like as a performer, you want to kind of have those moments where it's not just kind of very deep, very sad stuff. You want to kind of lift the mood and everything. And you want to have like, you want it to be uplifting. So I think I'm kind of on a path now. I haven't released music for a couple of years, just kind of for multiple reasons. But I'm working on a project at the moment that is very much led by kind of me also thinking about like when me and my friends are chilling at my house, like what are we going to listen to? I don't want us to listen to like Why Her Not Me and cry in a ball. Like I'd like to listen to something. Yeah, I'd like to listen to something that's got something else to it, and it can be deep and it can be written on a piano, but let's try and push it and try something new. And yeah, so I'm pushing it now, but I've learned a lot from being very honest for a very long time.
Well, it feels like you had to maybe go through that to then open the doors of the next chapter, and that's kind of what's happening. So
and those songs are still living on, and people can, so.
And Dark Matter, didn't that come out quite recently? Like, well, last year,
yeah, so
Dark
that was
Matter
kind of
came
for me a song. It's not like my other songs, and it was kind of just something that I wrote. I wrote it when I was 17, I think, and it was just kind of, I'd written so many songs. My whole first project was about my lack of relationship with my father, and I think it was that song for me just felt like the full stop on that. Like, I am not just the girl with daddy issues. Like, there is way more to me. And I just kind of wanted to put a full stop on that and just kind of, I've moved on. Like, I'm a woman now, I've grown up, and I don't need to be living there, and that doesn't have to define me. So, yeah.
But also with collaboration, like we always talk about it, we teach a lot of modules where we encourage like co-writing and stuff. I mean, how's that really, that's helped you in with the new project? You've mentioned producers, but also writing collaborations, you know, is that's an ongoing part of your
it's
your
interesting.
vision?
It's interesting because I'm sure like loads of you guys obviously are songwriters, and I think for me, when I was 16, 17, and I kind of signed, I signed when I was 18 because my mum didn't let me, because she was like, I'm not signing it on your behalf, and you can't sign until you're 18, so just, you're all over 18 probably. But yeah, no, so when I first started, I wrote everything on my own, in my bedroom, on my guitar, on my photo booth. That was the vibe. And then I signed, and it was like, work with this person, this person, this person.
Go in a room.
Yeah, and I think it's amazing because you kind of learn so much about the craft of songwriting, but at the same time, you kind of lose a bit of confidence on your own, and you kind of, you think that the only time that you can actually write a song is when you're with someone else.
Yeah.
So that definitely happened to me. For a really long time, I just didn't write at all on my own. Like, I couldn't think to sit and do that. But also, I think in a songwriting situation, if you're working on a song, doing whatever, sometimes two opinions is better than one. And like, if you're doing something that you think is great and you're with someone else in the room and they're like, oh, maybe if you do that, but flip it like this. And it just kind of is a back and forth. And that can be exciting as well when you're just like vibing in a room with somebody else. But what I would say is, if you write songs and you love writing songs, don't stop writing songs on your own.
Yeah, great.
Don't stop. Because
it's a balance, just like, isn't it?
Well, you can take the songs into someone else later on. You don't have to finish it all on your own, but just like keep the essence of why you do it. And like, you can also be a lot more open and honest when you're not worried about what someone else is going to think about what you might say in a room.
And they may not have your vision because that's unique, right? So sometimes they might be more experienced, but it doesn't mean it's going to be a better song for you.
Yeah, and a lot of time, I've been in situations, a lot of the collaborators I had early on were like 50-year-old white men. And I'm going into a room as a 17-year-old mixed-race girl talking about the things that I'm going through. And they're just not saying that they're not very talented. Of course they're very talented, but they don't understand what it's like to see the world through my eyes. So that was a massive thing for me.
That's really valuable for everyone who, like you say, for songwriters to kind of trust that instinct. And sometimes you have a vision that no one else shares and to follow that. And we're going to be wrapping up in a minute. I'd just love to ask you, obviously for everyone here as well, you know, you've already kind of hinted at some things actually that are really valuable to take away. But like, what advice in kind of today's industry, based on also entering it so young as you have done, what kind of advice and pointers would you give to our students and those kind of entering into that industry or wanting to consider themselves being part of that in the future?
I think just be really clear on who you are. I know that's like something that a lot of people say, and actually who you are changes like throughout your life. When you're 17, you're one person, and when you're 22, you're another person, and whatever. But I think that's a massive thing. I think also not waiting for anyone to come to you. That's not how it works. I think you have to kind of, anything that comes to you is a bonus, but I think if you really believe in what you do and you really think it's amazing, then other people will too. But you can't, it's, the industry side of things and signing to a major label and signing to all these things are just like the aftermath. Like they're not the end goal. And like a lot of my friends now are independent artists. A lot of my friends are releasing things on their own. There's social media, there's all these things that you can use as tools to kind of further your career. Yeah. And major labels are losing, they don't have as much control as they used to have. But yeah, I think just being very clear on your vision and who you are as an artist, and yeah, not waiting on anyone. Sit in your room, write those songs, learn how to produce, like do all these things that where you can get a demo or something that sounds relatively complete. And don't just sit kind of waiting for that person to come along, because they may never come along, and you might actually be, it might bring out an amazing side of you as an artist and be the thing that makes your career. So yeah.
That is,
I don't know if that's good advice.
Brilliant. No, it's wonderful. Grace Carter, you are amazing.
Oh,
Thank you so much. Thanks. Everyone, please give it up for Grace Carter.
Thank you. Good
Follow
luck.
her on Instagram, Spotify. Give us some love. Thank you very much,
Thank
guys.
you.
Take care. Thank
Good
you,
luck
Grace.
with everything, guys.
Can we hear it again? Thanks for Grace and Angela. It was a good conversation, wasn't it? Well done. Thank you. Very interesting stuff. And applicable to most, if not all of you, I'd hope. So moving on, just a few more departments and teams to mention. This one here, oh, it's me. Me and my team, the Careers and Industry Hub. So again, I mentioned it, like, we're here for one-to-ones with you. And if we can get to know you and your definition of your success, we can help. If you don't meet us and we don't know about you, we'll find it quite difficult. So the sorts of things that we do, apart from one-to-ones, is we bring industry into the classroom, such as Grace for the more general events that we do, and other elements like that. But there's a platform that's really important for you to be able to engage with us, and it's called Careers Plus. So again, that's like the virtual equivalent of the in-person version. Similar to ICMP Life for Network, Careers Plus for Careers. On here, you can book these one-to-ones with us. It's dead simple. Your login, which is the same as if you use Canvas, My ICMP, Gateway. Log in, find which appointment you want, and book. We've also got industry coaches who are more specialised in their field. And we're partnered with Arts and Media. Now, they're a specialist recruitment firm working in media and music. So if your inclination is to work more in the world of kind of behind the scenes, the industry, book a meeting with them, because again, they'll help with our main mission, which is to support you in your pursuit of readiness. And it is a journey. A career doesn't arrive. Allow it to grow and enjoy it as you do. So definitely get to know us. We want to get to know you. A final example of someone who really did get to know us was Tiana Major 9. So Tiana had many, many one-to-ones with us over the years, and ultimately ended up in a showcase at Tawyard Music, connections with industry, and she got signed to Motown Records. Who's heard of Motown Records? Yeah, pretty good, right? So again, but I really want to emphasize, Tiana had drive. She had that open mindset, and she said yes, and she grabbed opportunities. Nothing was handed to her on a plate. So I know we're banging on about it. There's quite a lot today, but it's because we know that's how you maximize your time and grow and pursue your success. Talking of maximizing time, we've got stunning facilities. We've got a new campus in Queen's Park, which has just had the second phase of growth to it. So there are amazing, amazing facilities that you can book for free up to 11 p.m. during the week, and 10 p.m. weekends. Don't just think about the afternoons and the evenings. Get involved in the mornings as well. I know it means getting up early, scary stuff. But take advantage whilst you're here. Really important. Likewise is state-of-the-art recording studios. In our Queen's Park campus, we've just put a lot more new studio space. We've already got studio space in our Kirkham campus. Again, if you're artists, writers, producers, musicians, whatever, get involved with those facilities. Connect with other artists. Connect with bands that might need recording, or you might need to want to play with an artist. Really connect to know how to leverage, in a good way, that network and those relationships that you build. We're very excited about this one. We're excited about it all. But now, we have a live music venue. It's ours, which means it's yours. That's pretty cool. So at Queen's Park, there is a 150 capacity venue. Some of you will use this during your course. We'll be putting on lots of events, and we hope to expand it to an externality as well. So there might be other artists outside of ICMP, emerging, growing, that you might have the chance to perform with. More on that as we develop that. But again, a music venue. A music school has a music venue. That's pretty cool. Now, as Tony mentioned, and Paul mentioned, we're here for you. Might sound cliched, but it's true. Every one of us that works for ICMP does it because we believe in you, we love music, and we want to help you pursue your definition of your success. But if we don't know what's going on, we can't help. So please develop those open relationships with us. If we hear something from you that we can change, that we can support, that we can help, guess what? We'll do it. That's what we'll do. That's what we're here for. And talking of which, feel empowered to make change. We've got the student voice, which is overseen by Olivia, and there are many different things you can get involved with, from student presidency, from the various different organisations we've got building in the student voice. Again, if it's something that you want to see change and evolve or introduce something new, let us know, and we'll see if we can facilitate and help you with that and support you with that. It's really important. We are committed to improving. We know what we do. We know we do it pretty well, but we don't want to be static. We want to evolve, and you can help us do that, and we can help you by you helping us. See, there's a bit of a circle here. Lots of helping stuff. I think a really important thing to note is our zero tolerance policy. If anyone feels othered, if anyone feels like being treated differently, if you observe any of that behaviour, let us know. Not one of you here deserves to not feel included and not feel supported. We are here, again, to help. There are confidential channels that you can communicate with us through if you need that support, and we will support you. So again, please abide by that. We all want to build this community of openness and of supportiveness and long-term connection. So again, communicate, make everyone feel involved. And now, we're going to do a little putting the yes attitude into play. Gertrude is looking to expand her band for the next performance, and she's looking for 2 backing vocalists to join her now. Who's up for it? Oh, first, who said yes first? Someone said hello over there, and someone said, you. Yeah, stand up and look at Lassa there. And there was some, yeah, your hand just went straight up. I think you said first. If you had a Lassa over here, and there'll be a quick brief. Have you got one Lassa? There was one over there. Your hand, that's one. Yeah, white top. Yes. You, yes. Yeah. Look at that. Getting involved. Saying yes. Yeah, let's have a round of applause. That's a good shout. Woo! Hello. Yeah, you need to speak to Gertrude. That was it. Well, what up? No, I'm joking. So, Gertrude just going to have a little chat, I think, with the 2 performers. Give her a little lowdown. You can come on. Let's make Gertrude welcome. Gertrude, yeah!
Hi everyone, how are you? Are we excited to join ICMP? Say woo! That was me the first time I was here. I was like, woo! Anyways, I'll have my lovely band join and my new band members. Come on! Let's give them a hand. We will be performing you a little song. It's an original called All I Want Is You. And we just need a little help with the chorus to make it a little more powerful. What are your names? Dylan. Dylan, nice to meet you. Emanuela. Emanuela, lovely to meet you. Do you each want to?
Yeah, once we get that one.
There we go. So what we're going to do is quickly sing the chorus. If you guys want, you're welcome to sing with us. We're going to sing it through, and then we'll put these guys to the test as the impromptu BV vocalists. I think it's going to be really, really cool. Can we get the key? Oh, so we'll sing you the chorus once, and then we'll try together. Oh, oh, 1, 2. All I want is you. Hey, hey, yeah. Make your way to me, baby. Stop wasting time. All I want is you. Hey, yeah, yeah. Tell me I'm the one who'll be done if I can't have you, you. That's it. Literally what you have to do is, all I want is you. So you are the higher one with Rosie. Your part is, all I want is you. Yes, I am all I want is you. And then you guys are, all I want is you. Shall we try together? And then we'll go with the full band. You gonna sing with us?
Let's go snap.
Okay, 1, 2. All I want is you. Woo, damn! Nice. Hey, yeah, yeah. Make your way to me, baby. Let's stop wasting time. All I want is you. Now, baby. I won't even sing it to the end. That was fabulous. Can we give a hand for these guys? Damn! Man, I should do this more often. Just go and get BBs from the stage. How fabulous is that? Also, guys, I know you've been sitting down for way too long. If you want to, please stand up and shake your booties with us, because that's the type of a song this is. We're ready, guys? Yeah? Come on, guys. I know you want to dance a little bit, huh? Yes. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. Come on. Hey. They say, don't you know love is overrated? Yeah, we do know. These feelings you're contemplating, girl, you're in your head. Passion is what I feel when you say my name. Attraction is keeping me in your way. It's been slowly playing on your mind. You take it to me, my breath. How can I stop shaking, thinking I'm out of my mind? Oh, yeah, you know all I want is you. Hey, hey, yeah. Make your way to me, baby. Stop wasting time. All I want is you. No, baby. Tell me I'm the one who'll be done if I can't have you. Now you've been asking, is this a game? I say it's complicated. What? Woo! Boy, you've been waiting, now I'm anticipating. Now you're losing my head. We've been playing this game for too long. It's taking away all of my control. Just show me your moves and I'll shake your mind. It's getting Give it a hand for my beautiful band. Thank you, guys. Wow! Wow! Stay on, guys. Stay on. We have a little bit of a thank you.
Let's hear it again for Gertrude and her band. My word! Woo! Yeah.
You are so good.
Just quickly, you two lovely new additions to the band. Are you coming to the Fresher Showcase tonight?
Yeah.
Here, come. There's £50 for you. Come take it.
You get. Thank you so much. Thank you for the beautiful work. This is what you get, guys, at ICMP.
That's a lot of money I earn all month.
Say yes, and you get the honey.
What Gertrude said. Just a little well done for saying yes. It's important. Just a quick caveat. You won't get that every time I say yes. But I think that's deserving. Thank you. Enjoy your time. And really, yeah, just to say, same to you all. I know we talked a lot of information today, a lot of people, a lot of things to do and things to get involved with, but mostly have fun. Like, you're studying music. That's pretty cool, isn't it? You're at music school. Enjoy. Who's going to the Fresher Showcase tonight? Here? Yeah, more of the same, I think. So enjoy yourselves. You know where we are. Ask for help. Have fun. Take care. Bye-bye.